Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for another Salsa wipeout class. We're going to cover the crossbody lead, super duper important fundamental movement, connective movement in everything else that we do as we move up through the syllabus. My name's James and my lovely assistant Miss Avanka. Please give us some love.
Hello.
Okay, not too much, that's enough. Okay, now crossbody lead. We're going to start with the basic step and then we're going to move into a crossbody lead just to show you what that looks like. I'm going to count it out. From basic, 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 5. Here we go. Crossbody. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Back to basic. 2, 3. One more crossbody. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, and shimmy, shimmy, shimmy. You can see there that Avanka is dancing up and down an imaginary line. And when I'm in front of her dancing basic step, I'm a guest on her line. 1, 2, 3, but it is her line, it belongs to her. Now, when we do the crossbody lead, this is how I want you to think of it. He gets out of her way. 1, 2, 3. She's still facing the way that she was facing. Sometimes, ladies, you want to turn to face him. We're not going to do that. I want you to keep facing the way that you've been facing. He gets out of your way to open a corridor. Now, if Avanka was to drop her arms and walk past me, she'd just graze my belly there, my little belly, my Buddha belly, with the side of her elbow. That's how close she's going to be in terms of that distance there. Now, in terms of that distance there, I can still put my hand comfortably on her shoulder blade. Not on her shoulder blade, on her shoulder. Okay, so what I'm going to do is break it down both for the ladies and the Germans. So I'll invite Avanka to have a rest off camera. We've been just smashing out these videos, so she deserves a rest. Now, gentlemen first, leaders first. This is what you're doing. From a basic step, you're stepping forward, replace, pass by. Out, replace, pass by. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Now, when we want to go into a crossbody lead, we step forward as normal. 1. Now from here, imagine that she's right in front of me here. I want to step diagonally back off her line. So where my foot is there, instead of replacing it where it is, let's just slide it off to the right a little bit. Okay? There's the 2, and as we do that, we start to rotate to the left, and then 3, we're in what I call, what do I call it? Mountain pose. Yeah, okay? It's been a long day. So there's a mountain pose here. Another way that you can think of it is forward, diagonal, mountain. Okay? Again, 5, 6 from basic first to basic, 2, 3, 5. Here we go. Crossbody and forward, diagonal, mountain. Now she's still there on our right side, gentlemen. She hasn't come across yet, but she's going to do that in a moment. We want her momentum to start to move forward across your body, which is what we call the crossbody lead. Now, in order to get her to move forward, I mean, there is an assumption in salsa that once the corridor is open, she's going to be able to go through that, but I want to make sure of this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my right foot in to my left heel. Now, imagine that I'm doing my basic step. 1, 2, 3. Where's my 5? 5 is back here. So, same thing here. 1, 2, 3, 5 is there. So my toes are very close to my left heel, 5. I'm going to do the same thing as part of the crossbody lead. I step forward, 1, diagonal, mountain, same position, back here, 5. At this moment, leaders, she's going to cross in front of us, and then she's turning, and we're going to follow her down that same line that we were dancing on just a second ago. So we're coming back onto her line, following her with our left first, 6, 7, and now we start our next basic. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Again. 5, 6, basic first. 1, 2, 3, 5. Cross body and 1, 2, mountain. In, follow her. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Facing this way for the jump. 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 5. Here we go. And 1, 2, mountain. In, follow her. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. 6, 7. One more time. And basic 2, 3, 5. Here we go. 1, diagonal mountain, in, follow her. 1, 2, 3. So now we're back to basic step. For the ladies, you're going to be facing the opposite way. So if he's facing this way, you're facing this way. Here's your basic step. You start with your right foot back. 1, replace, pass by. Forward, replace, pass by. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, and 5, 6, 7. Now the good news for the ladies is that at the beginner level of salsa, most of what we teach you, or almost everything that we teach you at the beginner level, the 1, 2, 3 is what you already know as part of your basic step. 1, 2, 3 is predictable. When he's executing a move in the beginner level, he's usually asking you to do something in 5, 6, 7. So I want you to focus on breathing. I want you to focus on your 1, 2, 3, and then you're going to be receptive to what he's leading for the 5, 6, 7. Let's start with the first 3 steps of your basic, and 1, 2, 3. At this moment, he's opened the corridor. He's over here to your left side. He's opened this corridor, you're going to go through the corridor. So now I want you to step forward with your left for 5. And what's going to happen is, because you're connected through your frame, you're going to start to turn now to your left. Here's your 6. And now you're going to step back for 7. 7. Now we start a new basic. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Let's rewind and do this one again. From 1 basic first. 5, 6, 7. Basic 2, 3, 5. Here we go. Cross body. 1, 2, 3. You're still facing straight. 5. You're still facing straight. You're still step straight. 5. And now you're starting to turn. 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Let's see if we can do it facing the other way. You're turning to the left, ladies. 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, just basic. 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. Forward, turning 7. Step back for basic 2, 3, 5, 6. 2 more times. Here we go. Basic 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. Last time. Basic 6, 7. Just basic 2, 3, 5. Here we go. Cross body. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, and 5, 6, 7. Now ask Avanka to come back so that we can try this with a partner. Let's make sure of a few things. Let's make sure that our heels are together. We're going to start with our heels together, particularly the ladies, and our toes turned out just a little bit like that. So bring your heels together for me. Excellent, like that. Now, also, we want to make sure that your knees are a little bit rubbery. We want to make sure that your weight is forward. So if you're from neutral position and you lean just forward, just a little bit like this, so that your weight comes over the balls of your feet, you might even feel a sense of relief, like the weight is relieved off your heels. Okay? When you feel that sense of relief, like the blood's going back to your heels, then that's where you need to be. Rubbery knees, don't forget. Now, suck in your tummy. If you're like me, you've got a bit of a gut, suck it all in. What we're actually doing there is we're engaging our core muscles, and that's going to give us a lot of control over our body movement, over our posture, over our balance. And so, particularly, especially for the ladies, it's so important from day one to make sure that you're engaging your core muscles all the time. We're going to bring our chest up like this, straightening our back. The next thing that we're going to do is just a little revision in terms of our frame and posture. We're going to create a frame by shrugging our shoulders up, rolling them back, dropping them down into place. So Christy Hall calls this putting your shoulders back in their sockets. Okay? Let's do this again. So relax them, shake it out a little bit. We're going to shrug up, roll shoulders back, drop them down. From here, you probably feel that the pectoral muscle just here has engaged, and you will also feel that your shoulder blades are drawn together a little bit. Okay, if you feel those things, then you've done the right thing. If you don't feel it, they might still be activated. You can poke yourself just here and see if you've got any muscles there. You do have muscles there. They are there, but just poke yourself there, just make sure that they're active. Now, from here we bring our elbows out from our rib cage a little bit forward like this. We relax the fingers, relax the wrist there, like that. And this is our frame, this is where we dance, okay? And we're gonna allow our arms to move a little bit as we dance, but our arms will generally not, our elbow will generally not go back past our rib cage unless we're deliberately breaking the frame to create things like arm behind the back or something like that. So we'll talk about that as we go through. Actually, we're going to talk about that today. No, not today. We're going to talk about it soon. Now, okay, so once we've done this, we can now come towards our partner, and we've got 5 points of connection. The police have come to get Avanka. I don't know what she's done this time. Now, his left hand is connecting with her right hand. He's got a pistol shape like this, and she's got what we call the man cave. And gravity is just going to weigh that hand down. She's holding some of the weight in her pectoral muscle up here, but about 15-20% of the weight of her arm is still being allowed to weigh down with gravity on top of the side of this finger there. Now on the other side, Gemma, you want to place your hand up nice and high. Let's come a little bit closer. Up nice and high on the shoulder blade like this. I've also seen it taught so that the hand is in the middle of the back, closer to her center of gravity. Both are fine. I was taught to have my hand on the shoulder blade. It's a more traditional way of doing it. Now, from here, we want to make sure that we are facing squarely to each other and that our back is straight as we practiced just a second ago. Leaders, you're going to rotate your right elbow up. Don't let it dangle down. Rotate it up like this to meet her arm, and make sure, ladies, again, 20% of the weight of your arm is being relaxed down on top of him, and we've closed all the gaps there. We've more or less lined up the crease in the elbows. Ladies, your left hand is going to arrive on the outside of his shoulder. I used to teach it on the top, but we found that it's actually better if we can come around the side like that. That's our fourth point of connection. Our fifth point of connection is eyes. It's visual. Look at your partner and smile. If you've got one handy, okay, poke your tongue, cross your eyes, wiggle your ears. Okay, now, from here, let's do a basic step. 5, 6, 7, he breaks forward. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Ladies, your job is to keep the rhythm, keep the beat, keep the tempo underneath yourself as you step. The forward and back motion is actually a result of him moving forward and back. Okay? So the amount that he moves forward and back, it could be none, it could be nothing, it could be quite long strides, and everything in between. So ladies, don't assume the size of the strides. Try to be receptive to the size that he gives. And equally, Gemma, particularly if you're tall and much taller than your partner, you want to be taking smaller strides to make sure that they're comfortable for her. Yeah? Let's try it again. 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, and 5, 6, 7. Let's do our first 3 steps of the crossbody lead. I'm going to step forward as before. She's going to do the first 3 steps of her basic. She doesn't know at this point that anything is changing. She can't read my mind, but she can hear what I'm saying, obviously. But at a party, she can't hear my thoughts or anything like that. Thank goodness for that. All right, so we're going to step forward. 1. I step off her line. 2 and 3. A couple of different techniques that you can use here. I'm going to use what I think is the simplest way of doing this. I essentially want to keep her facing straight. So what I do here is, as I step into 3, as I step into mountain pose, I extend my left arm so as to keep her straight. Now, you'll see, hopefully, yeah, you can see that my right hand is still on her shoulder blade. That hasn't changed. My right elbow is still rotated up. That hasn't changed. Her hand is still more or less on my shoulder in that area. That hasn't changed. Okay. So let's do that first 3 steps again, and we'll face the other way in a second. From basic. 1, 2, 3, 5. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Kept her straight. She should still be facing down that line. There is a different technique, but I think it's a little bit more advanced where we don't extend our arm, which means that she would face in towards us, at least for that 3, and then we'd have to straighten her up after that. okay? Let's just keep her straight that whole time, just to keep things nice and simple. Now, on the other side, one basic, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 5, here we go, cross body, 1, 2, mountain, just like that. Keep your knees rubbery like that, nothing else has happened. And ladies, notice that Avanka hasn't stepped past the toes of my right foot, okay? If she, on the 3, she's kind of in front of me, then something's gone wrong there. It could be that you've taken a big step, okay? It also could be, leaders, you haven't stepped diagonally backwards. Maybe you've stepped somewhere else that has brought you a little bit in the opposite direction. So generally what happens here is, ladies, you just taken a bigger step than you really need to on the 3. So be aware of that as we do this one more time from basic. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, here we go. 1, 2, 3, she hasn't taken a gigantic step, she's taken a step, and that step can be even underneath yourself, ladies. Once you notice that she is getting out of your way, you can even step underneath yourself, and that creates a little bit more elasticity here, which can be quite nice. Now from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my right foot in to my left heel, just as we were talking before. Now, the reason why I want to do that is because her momentum is going to bring her to her in terms of where she's facing forward, in terms of where I'm facing to the left. And so with her left foot, she's going to come across. Yeah? And I want to encourage that. I want to go with her. I don't want to step anywhere else that is going to block that momentum in any way. What commonly happens that I see on the dance floor, and I used to do it myself as a beginner, is I used to step in the opposite direction on 5. Let me show you what I used to do and what you might be doing. 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Now what happens when he steps to the right on the 5 and she's stepping to his left, you're going in opposite directions. It's not going to feel so good.
It actually creates a pull here in the follower's pec, so it's not very comfortable either.
No, let's not do that. So we're going to go in the same direction as her on that 5. And 1, 2, 3. I'm going to come into 5 like this. And now remember, as I said, follow her. Well, she's going to be here in a second. And so what I want to do is turn her body 6, 7, just like that. Ladies, the reason why you turn is because of his frame. He turned you, ideally. Okay. So here's the wonderful thing about beginner level salsa. Ladies, ideally, if you can get your posture and your frame right, and you understand you're stepping on 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, and you can keep on that timing, then even if it's not perfect or anything like that, you'll be able to survive most of the beginner, improver, even some of the intermediate level stuff that he leads you. Like, it might not look perfect, it might not feel perfect, but you'll survive it, because all you really need to do is be receptive to the leads and keep stepping underneath yourself. Keep that posture, keep your stomach sucked in and really, really tight for stability, and you'll be surprised what you'll be able to get through without having done even formal classes. Keep doing formal classes, because it's going to be much better, much safer. You're going to feel and look a lot better. I'm just saying, you don't need to be scared of anything that you encounter on the dance floor if he's being a good, patient leader. Cool, cool, cool. All right, let's do this. 5, 6, 1 basic first. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, cross body. Off her line first. 1, 2, mountain. Bring your right foot in. 5, follow her. 1, 2, 3, let's do it. Here we go. 1, 2, mountain. 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. One more time. 1, 2, mountain. In and follow her. 1, 2, 3. Last little thing that I want to share with you is that between the 5 and the 6, I'm turning my body. I'm turning my body. And this is part of what's leading her across, and maybe even, ladies, encouraging you to take a slightly larger step on the 5 than what you normally would. And so you just go with that. Go, step wherever your balance asks you to step. You don't need to step exactly where I tell you to step. Step where your balance wants you to step. And leaders, what you see between the 5 and the 6 is I'm turning my upper body just like this. And because of this frame, this is encouraging her across, and it's also going to start to turn her. And this is going to give you the perfect crossbody lead. Let's do, get up to the 3. 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. So I bring my right foot in, 5, and then just before I start into 6, after the 5, you see me turn my body, and then follow her. So we've done 1, 2, 3, and 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3. Now, if the numbers are confusing and there's too much to think about in your head, what I suggest you do is keep an eye on the screen and just see if you can synchronize with me. That's it. 5, 6 basic first. 1, 2, 3, 5. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3. Getting faster. Basic step. 1, 2, 3, 5. Cross body. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. One more time. From basic, 2, 3, 5. Here we go. 1, 2, mountain. 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. You want to try to some music? Let's do that.
What song is it gonna be?
Leonie Torres, Toda una vida.
You guys know this one. It's a good one. It's a really, really good one.
Well, they might not know. They could be musicians. 5, 6, basic first. 1, 2, 3. Just basic, yeah? 1, 2, 3. Here we go. 1, 2, mountain.
No hay nadie que me cuide y me quiera. No encuentro una belleza más sincera. Por eso te doy todo lo que soy. Como tú, como un hechizo de amor en mis venas, como reflejo, como primavera. No hay nada que me llene más que
5, 6, 7, crossbody. 1, 2, 3,
al fin en
5, 6, 7.
que eres su amor y de por ti la vida entera. Alguien que te enamore y que sepa cuidar siempre cada momento. Hoy aquí vengo a decirte que ando loco por ti. Nena, provócame, anda, acaríciame. Si tú me quieres, tengo toda una vida para darte mi amor.
Alright, please let us know in the comments how you
Para
go.
darte mi amor.
Please give Miss Avanka some love. Ladies and gentlemen, we're done for another class. Thank you so much. Here's your challenge. Do 2 crossbodies in a row. 1, 2, 3, crossbody. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, crossbody, 6, 7. Yeah? Join 2 crossbodies together. You'll be looking great and feeling great as well. Bye.
Bye.